joining us. Shazia Ilmi is with us. Akshay Marathe of the Aam Aadmi Party is also with us. Lots for you to celebrate, lots for you to comment upon. Very quick comments though. Shazia Ilmi, your first reactions. It's a good day in the office, as good as it could get for the BJP, and you have every reason to be smiling as you are.
Yes, Rajdeep, if you look at the overall perspective, you know, I mean, we used to hear of anti-incumbency, and pro-incumbency was rarely thought of and spoken of. But in a state like UP, and for decades, we are actually talking about pro-incumbency. And I think the whole idea of social engineering, identity consciousness, who is a voter, that is being redefined in a huge way. And I think that is a huge takeaway, even for the political pundits, you know.
So pro-incumbency, you're saying this is a pro-incumbency vote today. Akshay Marathe, you have benefited from anti-incumbency though in Punjab. People said, enough of the enough of the Akalis, enough of the Congress, we need change. Is the Aam Aadmi Party building on anti-incumbency? That's your, where you can create anti-establishment mood, you're succeeding. Delhi 2015 and 20, now in Punjab 22. Am I correct? Akshay, you're on mute. You're on mute.
I'm sorry. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I was just making the point that anti-incumbency, of course, is important, but anti-incumbency alone cannot give you the kind of landslide that the Aam Aadmi Party has won today. Remember, it is the Arvind Kejriwal model of governance that the people of Punjab have trusted, and they have said what happened in Delhi, in the schools of Delhi, in the hospitals of Delhi, with the electricity and water of Delhi. People of Punjab wanted that for themselves. So yes, anti-incumbency was important, but this is a positive mandate for the governance model that we have pitched to the people of Punjab. And Rajdeep, this is a big day for Indian politics for two reasons. Number one, this is the fourth party in India's history to be able to have control over two states in the country. This is the latest national party to have come to the block of Indian democracy. It is a big moment in India's democratic history. It is a big moment for Aam Aadmi Party, and it is a big moment, remember, for all the people watching from across the country who are yearning for change, who are yearning for the governance model of welfareism with economic prosperity, especially in times of hardship that COVID has shown us. Trust me,
so you're saying this is a positive vote for the Aam Aadmi Party, not just anti-incumbency. Pawan Khera, you're looking very somber. You know, you can have a nice smile, Pawan. It's a nice Thursday morning, and har jeet to hoti rehti hai, Pawan bhai. But now that the numbers are settling in, how bad is it? If this doesn't cause massive upheaval in your party, what will? Please tell me.
No, upheaval is an ongoing process. It may or may not get visible to the outside world. Upheaval in any organization is an ongoing process. So I won't say a particular election will lead to an upheaval. No, that's not how I look at transformation in any party, especially as old as Congress. Being an old party, being a large party, we take our own time in navigating through changing times. Well, we should take a little less time and respond to the changing times.
No, but can I be more direct? Can I be more direct, Mr. Pawan Khera? Rahul Gandhi staked a lot in Punjab. Priyanka Gandhi staked a lot in UP. Both haven't worked, although you've got 6 seats in UP. That is still very, very little. That's a very small gain. In Punjab, you've been wiped out. You've lost Uttarakhand despite manifest anti-incumbency, despite history of government changing 5 years. You've been wiped out in Manipur. I mean, are you going to say that maybe we need a new leadership? Just try it. Why not?
Rajdeep, as I said, for the media and analysts, you judge a party's performance through elections. For a party itself, which is as old as the Congress party, we need to really transform ourselves. There's no doubt about transformation of the way we look at communication, the way we look at the new generation's aspirations. Yes, we need to have a relook at that. But you want to jump to a conclusion, let's blame X individual or Y individual.
No, it's not individual strategy. The complete absence of strategy. Punjab was one self-goal after the other. Isn't it time that someone took accountability for this?
It is. I mean, when it comes to strategy, it's not just one Rahul Gandhi deciding what's to be done. After all, being
Rakesh
an old
Sinha wants to
party, we
counter
need
what
to
you said.
take everybody into consideration. Every
Rakesh ji?
decision, every opinion counts.
Okay.
Mr.
That's the
Khera,
way
what I find
work.
that Congress is still unrealizing the pitfalls of his politics, the big ego of these dynasts. Previously, Rajiv Gandhi, Indira Gandhi required loyalty of the people and they controlled. Now these people require the slavery of the people. So slavery and loyalty, this is a big difference. That's why many people are migrating from the Congress. Secondly,
अगले साल अगर कांग्रेस कर्नाटका जीत जाए तो यही आपकी लॉजिक
no
होगी.
question arises. This is a saffron wave, and now the Nehruvian system has been replaced by the saffron system. Now it is Modi age.
अच्छा, interesting. Nehruvian system has been replaced by the saffron system. Sheila Bhatt is joining us. Welcome, Sheila. Good to see you on the show.
Thank you.
Are you surprised at all by what's been happening?
Not at all.
Not at all. Are you
Not at
agree
all.
with him? Nehruvian system replacing saffron system?
I would not say saffron system. but-
Replaced.
No, I would not say saffron system, but I would definitely say that BJP with plan had in its focus to attack and replace dumb Nehruvian system, and that is going on. It's in the name of Hindu identity assertion project. I think 2014, 17, 19, 22, 24, this will go on.
This will go on. Rahul Verma, yes?
I think you can call it a different name, but the first Republic of India is over and the era of Second Republic began.
You're making a huge point. First Republic of India is over. The Second Republic started in 2019 in a way.
Yeah, because it's not just about, see.
You're giving me a title for my next book.
I will add to Rahul.
Rajat, can I add a point on this?
Yes.
I think when the BJP leadership in 2013 spoke of a Congress Mukt Bharat, I think the Congress itself is contributing, this election shows, to that Congress Mukt Bharat.
No, I'm adding.
Are you saying we are moving towards a Congress Mukt Bharat?
I think even if those who don't want to move towards the Congress Mukt Bharat, the Congress is contributing to moving towards the Congress Mukt
I'm
Bharat.
adding, Rahul made a very interesting point that this is Second Republic. I'm adding that you see the Modi's leadership, the kind of people getting Padma Award, this is a sign of how Republic has reached to the common people. Nobody had realized in the past that a person, some Tulsi Gaura or Sino trio from Meghalaya would get the Padma Award. So I think that connect with the people. Previously it was the system which was dominating the New Delhi. Now it is the people's sentiment is dominating the New Delhi. So I say the client has been replaced by the stakeholders. Republic, which was the elitist, has been replaced by the people-centric republic.
Can I ask Pawan Khera to respond to that? Pawan, people are writing the obituary of your party, Congress Mukt Bharat. Even Dr. Shastri is saying even if those who don't want a Congress Mukt Bharat are being pushed in that direction to accept it.
No, I wouldn't sort of agree with this. Not the first half of the day, of course, is not mine, so I don't want to enter into any argument with Mr. Sinha or Mr. Shastri or you. But this dream of a Congress Mukt Bharat would be a nightmare for the country. And this dream has been seen by Atalji, by Deen Dayalji, by so many others through the history, and they haven't succeeded and they won't succeed. Yes, the leads to prospect, no doubt about that. We need to do some course correction, no doubt about that. We are absolutely, we accept this, but I mean, let's not jump the gun and say Congress Mukt Bharat.
You know, when Arvind Kejriwal and Bhagwant Mann came to the Panchayat event that we did in Chandigarh, a whole posse of police personnel, security personnel came with them. When Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi came to that same event, nobody came with him. Even the security guards and the security dogs who didn't come. And I was wondering, for the sitting Chief Minister, nobody's come. And for a man who's just a candidate, so many people have come. It seems the Punjab police knew which way the political winds
And you know,
were
there
blowing.
were two images that just now played. I'll ask Kunal, our producer, to play them because to my mind, they typify an election. What is the image? Outside Sangrur, outside Man's house, celebration. Outside Sidhu's house, complete. All you see is a few policemen straggling around. Sidhu has a large, imposing house in Amritsar.
But what will be going through his head, Rajdeep? You know, will he be doing dhyan at this moment? Because he can't even vent his anger because Amrinder Singh was knocked out because of him. He thought he'll become captain. He was all padded up to go out to the pavilion or to go out to the field. He was asked to stay in the pavilion. So it must be a very frustrating feeling being Sidhu this morning.
You know, look, you hate to write off any politician. Sidhu is still the Congress party president. But it just wasn't working as an
But will he be
organization.
Rajdeep after this?
Sorry?
Will he still be the Congress party?
We don't know.
There'll be the likes of Jakhar. Everybody will come out with knives.
Absolutely. I mean, one option for him is the IPL starts in 3 weeks' time. He can go and do commentary there. He'll be very successful. But look, let's not let's not lampoon anyone. But I would say Sidhu got this wrong. You became party president, replaced Amrinder Singh, but then you can't take on your own chief minister. And look at what's happening to Charanjit Singh Channi. In Chamkaur Sahib, he's losing Badaur, but in Chamkaur Sahib, he is slightly ahead, I'm told. So,
as per our data, he's still trailing.
He's still trailing in both. He's trailing in both. Therefore,
trailing in both.
So you've got, even in Chamkaur Sahib, when I went to Chamkaur Sahib, there were serious allegations of how sand mining was patronized by the chief minister. Chamkaur Sahib, remember, was one where the great battle was fought by Guru Gobind's son, and there is a great degree of history with these places of Punjab. History being created in a way today with Bhagwant Singh Mann.
How basically weak their calculations are. He had a chance in Chamkaur Sahib. He might still do in the way that the votes get counted. In Bhador, the polls were showing, the pre-polls were showing he's losing. Yet he somehow goes, it just shows how disconnected the Congress was from reality. Goes to Bhador in the Malwa belt thinking because I'm a Dalit, I'll be able to swing the seat. You're losing your own seat. You don't go into a second seat as chief ministerial candidate unless you're reasonably sure you'll win.
I'll tell you what happened. And this is where, you see, the strategy cannot, Rahul, be done sitting in TV studios. Because what was
but we are not doing the strategy, they are doing the strategy.
Congress wala. You see what they thought? Because the moment Bhagwant Mann was nominated by the Aam Aadmi Party, we need to also have our chief minister candidate. Rahul Gandhi goes, makes Charanjit Singh Channi. Then Malwa is the belt of Bhagwant Mann. We also need someone as a chief minister face in Malwa. So you send your chief minister from Chamkaur Sahib to Malwa. It doesn't work like that. It's not so simple.
You don't ignore now Manipur, the northeastern state where BJP crossed 51% votes.
It's huge.
This is a very significant.
Very significant.
Not because it is the defeat or the winning of any political party, but because how the BJP and nationalist party made an inroad in the northeastern states.
Sir, it is a big. Sir, at the moment you're leading in 28 in Manipur.
51% votes.
Others 23, INC 9. Remember, others include Conrad Sangma's NPP. It includes Nitish Kumar's JDU. But Shazia Ilmi, you want to, your old party AAP is doing well, so you perhaps can say you want to have a message for your old friend Arvind Kejriwal.
No longer friends.
No longer.
No, I have a message for you, Rajdeep. I'm sure you'll do a little jig if AAP wins in Punjab. And I just want you to do a little jig also
when our exit polls are perfect, which they appear to be. Please wait for the jig.
And Goa.
I've said it so often, I'm wondering whether Mehndi, like a Mehndi, you've been preparing your dance moves.
Shazia ji, you're welcome to join me also.
Long incumbency is there.
Please
we've
join
done
me.
a spectacular job.
Please join me for the
jig.
One second, I must tell our viewers that a very senior BJP leader trolled Rajdeep or took his trip a bit by saying that you only dance when the BJP loses or the AAP wins.
That's
so
very
they're all
unfair.
expecting
I'll tell you what, I either have sweets or I dance when our exit poll is right. Unfortunately, Rahul, you were away when that poll, you were in Harvard at the time, and therefore it was Ankit Tyagi, my friend, me and Pradeep Gupta, and it was 3 in the afternoon. My producer says, sir, thoda naach gana ho jaye. It was only one state. So
I don't think the producers had anything.
I come from a state called Goa. In Goa, you play the music, we'll dance. We'll dance. You're the piper, we'll play, who plays the tune, we'll dance. So, this afternoon, don't miss it. It's going to be
He's going to be here soon. We don't need to wait till the afternoon. 253 leads for the BJP, 88 for the AAP. It's very clear that this poll is going just the way the India Today Access My India poll said.
Rajdeep, yes. Captain Amrinder Singh is actually trailing by over 8,000 votes. That's huge.
But look, the Badals are losing. The captain is losing.
The margin is huge.
It's a wave. It's a tsunami. Punjab is a tsunami. There are no rational explanations when a tsunami takes place. People have decided badlav chahiye, and Punjabis have decided baat ho chuka.
A lot of machinations went in trying to swing Dera vote from one party to the other, thinking that they'll be able to stop the AAP wave. What this verdict shows is that when people have made up their mind that they want change, all this tikadambazi, the jugaad doesn't work. It works only to a certain extent in a tight fight. But what this shows is when there's a tsunami coming, the tsunami is coming your way. There's very little you can do
Absolutely. But Akshay Marathi, the question is that are you going to use this to expand into other states? Mamta Banerjee once 7 months ago in Bengal, she hasn't been able to go beyond as successfully as Goa is showing. Does the AAP also realize that this is not some quick, you worked in Punjab for 7 years. If you want Himachal, Gujarat, you'll have to work over the next decade. This is a slow grind.
No, absolutely. There's no denying that. In fact, Arvind Kejriwal has always maintained he's not some Napoleon that he'll win one state after another after another. That's not the point. The point is that we have a vision for the country. We have an economic vision. We have a developmental vision. And wherever we find that the people of that state are demanding change and they're demanding that kind of policy change that the Aam Aadmi Party is promising, we will step up and we will provide that change to the people. And if you want to ask which state is coming up, then yes, we can tell you Gujarat is coming up, Himachal Pradesh is coming up. Our teams are working in those states. This is not to suggest that we are hankering after power at any means. It's not that we are using Delhi and Punjab to go to other states. The fact is that we have a cadre, we have a national presence, and we have always had a national presence, whether or not we had power in any of these states. I come from the state of Maharashtra. We have volunteers in Maharashtra. We have volunteers across the country.
No,
so
but make no mistake, you're underplaying the role of power, but power makes a difference because it gives you resources, it gives you administrative capabilities, and it just gives you the heft of being in power in 2 states. A lot of money for elections. I mean, elections aren't fought for free.
Rahul,
Money for elections comes, yes.
I think what power gives you is a proof of concept. We have been able to establish to the people of India that we are able to govern better than all the other parties. Look what happened in Delhi. 2 times over we won more than 60 seats. In Punjab, we are winning with a historic landslide. What does that tell you? That people have seen that there is some substance to the Aam Aadmi Party's work. It's not a fluke that this is happening.
And what a moment this is